How can you start your first business in just a weekend? That's what Noah Hunt teaches us in his book $1 Million Weekend, which we'll discuss in this episode of Book Club. This ongoing series dives into key highlights and takeaways from some of my favorite books. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur or have ever dreamed of starting your own business but haven't taken the leap yet, this book is an absolute must-read. It provides a clear, step-by-step roadmap to guide you through the process. The book is structured into 3 main sections: Part 1 Start It, Part 2 Build It, and Part 3 Grow It. In this video, I'll focus on the first 2 parts, Start It and Build It. If you haven't yet started your business, there's a good chance you've been overthinking it for years. Many aspiring entrepreneurs get stuck on the myth that they need the perfect idea to begin. But Noah emphasizes that starting a business doesn't begin with the perfect idea, it starts with the decision to act. The first chapter of the book, aptly titled Just Start, drives home this point: begin before you're ready. Just like no one feels truly ready to have kids, the timing to start a business is never perfect. You need to take action now and refine your path as you go. One of my favorite takeaways is a motto Noah shares: now, not how. Instead of getting bogged down in figuring out every detail, focus on one small step you can take right now. Most people overthink and delay action, but as Noah says, an analysis before action is speculation. The only way to truly understand a process is to dive in and do it. In my experience teaching at the YouTuber Academy, where we've helped over 5,000 students start YouTube channels, the biggest hurdle isn't technical know-how, it's the emotional challenge of starting. Students often believe they need the perfect idea before making videos. But no one begins with the perfect idea. It's about starting first and figuring things out along the way. Now, once you've overcome that emotional barrier and started your business, the next logical step is making money. This ties into the concept of a customer-first approach to building a business, which Noah discusses extensively. Successful businesses don't start with ideas, they start with pull. The core of any business is solving problems for people willing to pay for those solutions. Before jumping into product development, the first step is identifying your audience. Who are the people you'd like to serve? This could be individuals within your current network or your immediate community. Importantly, focus on people with the financial capacity to pay for your solution. After identifying your target group, talk to them. Find out their biggest pain points, what they currently spend money on, and what solutions they wish existed. Noah contrasts the founder-first approach with the customer-first approach. The founder-first method involves building a product or service before validating whether it addresses a real need. In contrast, the customer-first approach begins by talking to potential customers to uncover problems they're willing to pay to solve. For instance, instead of designing an app for dog walking and spending months building it, the customer-first approach would involve directly contacting dog owners to learn their pain points. If their issue isn't walking their dogs but finding sitters during travel, you can adapt your service accordingly. This approach allows you to refine your business idea and secure your first paying customers before developing anything. Pre-selling is another essential strategy. If you have an idea for a product or service, don't spend months creating it before finding buyers. Instead, create a simple landing page or proposal and offer it to your audience. See if they're willing to pay for it in advance. This not only validates your idea but ensures there's demand for your product before you invest time and resources. As an aspiring entrepreneur, train yourself to recognize problems as opportunities. Anytime something frustrates or inconveniences you, consider whether others share the same pain point. If they do, you might have just found your next business idea. Ultimately, the key to starting a business is simple: focus on solving real problems for real people and secure paying customers as soon as possible. If you're stuck in planning mode or waiting for the perfect time, remember, there's no better time than now. This book is packed with actionable advice and real-world examples. I highly recommend it to anyone starting or growing a business. If you want to dive deeper, check out my interview with Noah on the Deep Dive podcast. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Let me know if this captures the original message while adhering to your requirements. Once you approve, I can move to the next stage of creating prompts for visuals.